Welcome to another edition of Chaplain John with Chaplain John Sayers, featuring special reports and interviews with people doing kingdom ministry in Tulare County and beyond. If you would like to be featured by Chaplain John, you can contact him at jnsayers@yahoo.com. And now, here's Chaplain John.
Hey, this is a journey to Pentecost in 6 minutes or less. Okay, not counting the introduction. Actually, this is part 2. I did do part 1 on John 21. That's where we're focusing in on John 21. And I'm breaking this up into a few episodes because I want to do this in 6 minutes or less, not counting the introduction. Well, the first part, and if you read that, John 21, I kind of focused in on a theme of waiting. You see, Jesus had appeared to the disciples at least twice, and it seems like he pops in and out. And I could see them waiting and Peter, it's really interesting. He says, "I'm going fishing," and the other guys go, "We do too." Well, my first part 1 of that was really thinking of waiting. Now let's get into part 2, because they are fishing all night and they're not catching a blasted thing. They're tired. They're hungry. All they want to do is get that ship back in, bring the nets in, and go home and go to bed. They're tired. And they hear somebody yelling from the shore. It's Jesus, but they don't recognize him. Now, this is a little different than the time Mary didn't recognize him, or even I think the guys on the Emmaus didn't recognize him. Maybe they didn't recognize him because the sun might have been just coming up and they really didn't see very well. But they hear somebody yelling from the shore, "Children, have you caught anything?" And they yell back, "No." Oh, I don't think they yell it back. I think they yell back, "No, we haven't caught anything. No, nothing, nada, nothing. And all we want to do is just get back in the shore and go to bed. What a wasted night. Didn't catch anything." And so they yell back, "No." And Jesus says, "Well, put your net on the right side." Oh, he's chuckle. "On the wrong side, put it on the right side." Now, what they could have done at that moment, yelled back the killer phrase. It's a killer phrase. I've yelled it back many a times too. Even we Christians yell it back. Here's what they could have yelled back. "No, we tried it that way before. We tried it that way before." But what if this is the time it's going to work? I wonder how many missed opportunities I have. Because I say, I've tried it that way before. It doesn't work. Well, I don't know why, but they try it one more time. And they catch a multitude of fish. A ton of fish. Later on, you're going to read where John records they catch 153 fish in the net. That's interesting, that number, 153. Why not just a whole bunch of fish? Why any number at all? Well, I read it or a pastor preached on it or someplace. One idea might be this. This may not be the reason either. But one idea was back in Jesus' day, people knew of only 153 varieties of fish. Fishermen only thought there were only about 153 varieties of fish in the world. Now, obviously, there's a lot more than 153 varieties. But what if that were the number? What if God wanted 153 fish in that net? What if that fish represented something else? Well, Jesus said to Peter and the others, Come with me, you fish for fish. I'll make you a fisher of men." What if that 153 represented, this is mind-boggling, the world? The whole world, that net, Jesus is for the whole world, and the net won't break. John 3:16 did not say, "For God so loved the Jew, God so loved the Gentile, God so loved the American, God so loved the Russian." No, John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world." And in that net, it will not break. that message. Jesus is for all people, and the net won't break. Okay, that's 6 minutes or less, and I still have maybe one more to go, and that's Peter's encounter with the risen Savior. He gets it this time. Read on it, and I'll come back next time on another one of those. Okay, bye-bye. I still did it under 6 minutes, not counting the introduction. Remember, don't count the introduction.